Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my channel. Now, I understand that RNG is business with the gacha games like Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact, but I think it's taken too far. In order to build great characters, we need these things: 70% crit rate, 250% crit damage, and other things like energy recharge or what the character you're building scales by. It is not easy with the RNG being the annoying, hellish, frustrating, degrading, eye-rolling, face-slapping, ball-bursting, terrible, outrageous, blood-sucking, skull-smashing headache of a feature that can terribly ruin the fun out of Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact. Unless we, the players, can do more things to get around the otherwise unforgiving RNG. Let's talk about Genshin Impact's artifacts system, for example. The artifacts, especially the goblets, are insanely hard to get good ones of with double crids and whatever the character being built is scaled by. The blood, sweat, and tears of getting one double crid goblet of the matching elemental bonus is just freaking ridiculous. It's almost as hard getting a good crid rate or crid damage circlet with the other crid substats rolling enough. Even finding one double crid sands with the main stats needed is just ponderous. It's nice there's the transmuter feature, but getting one custom-made artifact can take too much time and too much work, needing already leveled up artifacts to even activate the transmuter. We can only make one custom artifact of one kind a month with the transmuter using the sanctified elixirs, which are too scarce that take some work and some money, with them mainly being had with the BP Gnostic hymn. With these facts, why not just let us choose which substats of our custom artifacts to roll all the way to 20? That would solve so many problems, as well as not wasting our hard-earned and or paid elixirs. Another way to make the artifact collecting and character building much more enjoyable would be to make mats in the world that would change artifact substats to how we want them to be. For instance, have certain foes drop crit rate gems, attack percent gems, crit damage gems, etc., but not make them too rare to drop too, and can only be unlocked on world level 9. Then we could go to our craft podium and have the gems placed on certain artifacts we need, but never to be removed again. As for changing the main stats, perhaps find ingredients for making maybe special paints with an artifact brush. You know, red for attack main stats, blue for HP main stats, purple for electro bonus, etc. Or perhaps simply do this: make artifacts possible to be collected from foes around Tibet, like echoes are in Wuthering Waves. Not only this makes character building more fun, but also gives us another reason to explore Tibet rather than just artifact domains most of the time. Now let's talk about building characters in Wuthering Waves. Finding echoes is more forgiving in this compared to the artifacts in Genshin. But even so, getting enough crit rate is real tough, because the best we could get from the main stats of a 4 cost is only 22%, which in my opinion is too low. It should be at least over 30% max, like with Genshin's crit rate circlets.
No mercy.
Sure, we do get a crit rate substats as well, but it still may not add up to 30, unless it's 8% in the substats. Though most of the time, it's 6% or 7%. It is pretty nice we can get echoes around the world compared to Genshin, but the odds of finding double crit substats is still pretty tough. I just heard we can change the main stats of our 4 costs, which is real nice, on the next update, but having to do that might be the same as the frustrating transmuter in Genshin. It's too early to judge, but we'll see. Here's what I think should make Wuthering Waves more tolerable when it comes to echoes: keeping the Echo Tube training domain. I miss that so much. It's what we all dream, so we could get the echo tubes for leveling up our echoes, which we all know is so frustrating to get enough of. The other thing would be getting mats for changing the substats and main substats of our echoes. And in order to get these mats, perhaps battle the hologram challenges 5 or 6. 5 gives fewer mats, of course, since it's easier. I'm thinking certain hologram challenges give certain, let's say, modifying tuners. The Ferengal drops green ones that change main stats of 3 cost to arrow bonus, for instance. The biker one drops red ones for changing main stats of 3 cost to fusion bonus. As for substats, certain holograms can drop, let's say, changing tuners. Perhaps have the hologram, the Heron one, 5 or 6, drop clear crit rate ones. For crit damage, have the crownless hologram drop black crit damage ones. Thus, the game's more enjoyable as well as giving the holograms more significance of challenging them repeatedly, even after beating them, so they're not wasting valuable space around the land of Solaris. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for the new features both these games provided and one will provide, but I fear the RNG will still be intolerable. Gacha games are so full of characters we all want to not just get, but also build right. I'll never forget the time I had to sadly skip Raiden in the banner because of the bad artifacts I had from the emblem domain. Instead, I pulled for Kokomi. Why? Because of one reason: easy as hell to build. Same with the Natlan DPS characters with the nice codex artifacts giving them a whopping 40% crit rate, which cuts you so much slack building them. In fact, it's the main reason why I even pulled for every single one of them. For Wuthering Waves, I'm planning to pull for Johnny as well, for one reason. And you can guess it, easy to build, thanks to the nice 20% crit rate slack of the Spectro Frazzle set. It's also why I pulled for Phoebe and built Spectro Rover as well. I still wish it's more crit rate like 40%, but 20% is still far better than nothing, especially with Shorekeeper crit buffing. I am so glad there's Shorekeeper, because she is the very reason why I continue to play Wuthering Waves with her giving everyone crit rate and crit damage buffs. Though, we can't always depend on her, especially with there being 2 rounds or more in an event or endgame content. If there's at least one more support that also increases crids of the team like Shorekeeper, that would solve that problem. Maybe that's pushing it, but one can hope. In conclusion, both Wuthering Waves and Genshin I do love to play very much. I just complain about one thing: the RNG and the artifacts and the echoes. In my opinion, that's what ruins them both. Unless there are more ways we could change the main stats and substats like I mentioned before. You can say what you like in the comments, but please be considerate about it. For hearing me out, dear viewer, I thank you for watching, and let's hope both the Echo and Artifact systems become more tolerable in the future.